South Dakota governor wants marijuana activists to
Oh
pay
my
legal
God.
bill for her lawsuit that blocked legalization. In effed up gaslighting news, the governor of South Dakota would like the activists to pay her legal fees for invalidating the measure that the voters voted for. Can you believe that? The voters voted for this 54 to 46%. And Ian Fury, who is it sounds like he's a Marvel character, to be honest, but he's not. He's a
Yeah.
spokesperson for the governor's office of South Dakota. And he
Jesus
told their
Christ.
Argus leader, which must be their paper over in South Dakota, that the proponents of Amendment A submitted an unconstitutional amendment and should reimburse South Dakota taxpayers for the costs associated with their drafting errors. Can you believe that stuff, man?
Dude, that's this, and again, I mean, this is typical BS. What do you call it? Well, like totalitarian, like leadership. She's not a governor; she's a totalitarian leader. But I heard years ago in 2011 when there was mass raids going through Montana and California. I saw an interview with one of these guys that got interviewed, and he was part of the Church of Marijuana with Roger Christie. And as they were going and taking his stuff out of his warehouse, and he's like, "Look, I pay taxes. Like I try and like when I take my money, I get this means I paid for my raid. He paid. Like this makes no sense. This is that bullshit where we're punishing people for just touching a plant, thinking about it. Like, why do you think there's so fear mongering about like?
Not only that, they won this ballot initiative, and then they had to sue, and then they had to rig the Supreme Court to get them to have a majority of win. So they knew they had a conservative Supreme Court. They overturned the will of their own people, knowing that they would get it overturned for no real reason. If you read that opinion, it is not very coherent. It has an agenda, but it's not very coherent. And then to say that, that was bad faith of you to do that, and you should pay our legal bills.
That's the kind of stuff that, like, I don't know. I don't know legal site.
No, this is the rule of law with attorney's fees. It's called the American rule. In the American rule, you pay for your own attorney's fees. All right. However, if there's a contractual provision or a statutory authority that enables attorney's fees, then you can ask for them to be awarded in a court. Otherwise, you ain't get attorney's fees. And most people don't put that on their contracts, and they should. I always say put attorney's fees in your contracts, but also you'll see like lawyers, like, workers' comp or other types of lawyers where they are very often chasing those types of attorney's fees. They'll put attorney's fees in statutes to ensure that law gets enforced.
Well, what I was trying to go for, though, as far as like the judicial side with the judge that gave the double worded, back talk that made no sense. Isn't there a case though, like a federal case with a in the South with a black man that was clearly wrong as far as him going through? And I can't cite it. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like it's weird when you see like it's right in front of us. Like these are actual effed up crimes. Like this judge should not have gotten away with this. Nor should this chick should be freaking getting away.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But the taxpayers are on the hook for at least $142,000 in legal fees the administration paid to lawyers like myself, who used to be in court all the time and will be in court again soon. I can feel it. This cannabis industry is going to bring me back to court.
Yeah. But this is the same AG that this state has the same AG had the DUI and killed somebody and got away with it. Like,
oh, Jiminy Christmas! That, of course, it's the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is so freaking deep on this. I tell you. Yeah. And the poll says, the most recent South Dakota poll for Nome, her job approval, only 39% approve of her handling of the marijuana issue, and 51% disapprove, because 54% of South Dakota voted for adult use cannabis. And the governor is up for re-election this year. Make sure you vote her out of office.
Seriously, though.